For this week's Wellbeing Wednesday, I want to talk about the concept of solitude. Research is showing us that people that experience significant loneliness can have negative impacts on their mental health. People that have less social support and people around them many times are more at risk for mental health concerns, including depression and anxiety. But that is different than taking the opportunity to experience some solitude. Research actually shows us that taking a few moments to be able to be by yourself, whether it is in nature or at home curled up on a comfy couch with a cup of tea, something that helps you to be able to have a little bit of time to get away from the busy hustle and bustle, to allow our brains that opportunity to decompress that they so desperately need, is something that is very important. And much research is coming out showing that taking that little bit of time for solitude and whatever is a magical place for you, or even just the opportunity to have some place that is quiet, where we can spend some time alone with our thoughts, to be able to give our brains that opportunity to process everything that is happening throughout the course of our days. You can take a notebook and write, you can do a voice memo to yourself to think and process, or just spending some time alone with our thoughts. For many of us, we are doing everything that we possibly can to avoid that alone time with our thoughts. We don't want to experience what we think would be stress. There are certain things that we're trying to not think about, but by avoiding more and more, it can actually increase our level of stress and anxiety, and then we can see more disruptions with our abilities to fall asleep, where we're trying to find more and more distractions to shut our brains off, and even waking up in the middle of the night in an attempt to try to process that information because we haven't given ourselves the chance throughout the day. So if we look at research telling us that spending a little bit of time each week in solitude to give our brains that chance to decompress, to give ourselves that opportunity to experience all different emotions and recognizing that emotions can be helpful to us, and to be able to just have an opportunity to not have to think, to not have to be on, to not have to constantly respond and react, and remind ourselves that there can be an existence without constant stimulus, that it doesn't always result in boredom, but instead in allowing us to have that chance to process, to be creative, or just to be able to truly quiet our minds. Be well.